Just talk about that.
Yeah, really well. Hi, guys. Hi. How you doing?
Oh, I think we can do better than that. How are we doing?
Who's better at this?
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel really safe up here right now.
I will be no help in a crisis whatsoever.
So, well, let's get to this question right away. Just exactly how tall are you?
On a good day, I'm 6'10".
Good God.
Do you guys do meters or feet here? Yeah, okay, 6'10".
Yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah.
So, was your size a factor in getting the role of Hodor?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy question. I mean, he's a giant in the books.
Nice.
I think he's actually 7 foot, but we're not going to fight over 2 inches.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
So, take us through getting the role. How did that come about?
Oh, wow. Okay. It certainly wasn't planned. I had auditioned for a movie called Hot Fuzz. Yeah, I actually haven't seen it. I don't see anything. I'm really bad. And yeah, I auditioned for that movie. I did the worst audition in the history of auditions. I'm a DJ as well, and I literally had DJed in Belfast until 6 a.m. Got on a plane at 7, flew to London, did an audition, extremely hungover, and I didn't get the part, funny enough. But she remembered me for the role of Hodor, and like 4 years later, she gave me a call, and she said she couldn't get me out of her head for this role. Couldn't get this sort of drunken guy out of her head. But here I am. Yeah, the rest was history.
So, did you grow to love the character more as the series progressed?
I mean, to be honest, for the first and maybe half of the second season, I was like, WTF? I kind of was just growing into the character, but after that, I just fell in love with him.
Yeah.
He was like a holiday from myself. You can turn your brain off, you know, sort of really inhabit a really different person. I'm really different to Hodor, guys. I'm not nice at all. I will never hold the door for you. Unless you've got money. No, I jest. But yeah, I really enjoyed his character. I really miss him, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we all do, don't we? Yeah, yeah. Such a death, such a death. What particular moments in playing the role did you really come to love?
Sorry, what was the last word?
Come to love.
I mean, I really enjoyed the little scenes between him and Bran, where you can see the relationship sort of grow. And I also enjoyed the kick-ass scenes as well, where I got to break someone's neck. That was fun. And I have to say I enjoyed the death scene. That took 2 weeks to film on about 5 different locations. There was about 7 different doors, believe it or not. There was a stunt door. Yeah, there was 2 different Hodors actually, about 3 different brands. All these fake things. Yeah, it's incredible the length of detail they went to. But I was very proud of that scene, and that was probably my favourite.
What about Hodor's importance? Because we see him in the beginning, and he's in the background. He's taking care of Bran and everything, and then obviously when we get to the end, now we realize he's been carrying this huge secret in his head that he hasn't been able to say. Did you have any sense of that importance as you were getting?
I don't know if he carried the secret. I don't know if he was aware of it.
Right.
I didn't really play it like he was aware of it. I don't think he would have been so nice to Bran if he was aware of it. But no, I hadn't a clue.
Yeah.
I asked George on a number of occasions over the years what Hodor meant, and I'm kind of glad he didn't tell me. But I bought him whiskey. I tried to bribe him, and he wouldn't tell me. Yeah, they're really good at holding secrets. The only secret I was ever able to get out of the showrunners was while they were at the urinal. And I decided to ask a question while one of David and Dan was having a pee, and that got the answer. So, awkward, but it worked.
Yeah. So, do you ever get the expectation, though, because of your size and because of your role now, that you're a naturally protective person? Do people come to expect that of you?
I think I am a naturally protective person.
Sorry, you are or you're not?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I think I am.
Yeah.
Not necessarily towards humans. Definitely towards my dogs. I don't have any humans of my own at the minute. But yeah, I think I am a protected person. I mean, Hodor, as I say, is very different, but we do have some similarities. Yeah, I mean, people do project the character you play on TV onto you. Like, people are always surprised to hear me talk. And I'm like, really?
In full sentences.
Yeah, it's the same with Jack and Joffrey. You know, people expect Joffrey to be a douchebag, but he absolutely is. No, I mean, I'm sorry. No, Jack's awesome. No, he is. He is awesome. I just don't know how not to be sarcastic. I'm Irish. You know.
Well, speaking of which, how was your St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, it was a riot. I was in bed for 8.
Oh,
yeah. I'm from Belfast, which is you probably know it's a complicated little city, so we don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day just in case we want to shoot each other. So if you want to celebrate, you go down to Dublin, really, which is only an hour drive away. But yeah, I'm not really a big St. Patrick's Day lover, fighting each other.
No. But I understand that would be different when you DJ, so tell us more about your work there.
Well, I was a DJ. I've been a DJ for 20 years now, long before Game of Thrones ever came into my life. And since Game of Thrones happened, it's just kind of exploded. I never really wanted to pair the two together because I'm really into music. Music's what I really do, and I've always been very pure, a purist about it, a bit of a snob, I'm not going to lie. And I really didn't want to put the two together, but it was just too much not to. I had to just do it a little bit. But I'm kind of pulling away from that now. I'm still touring the world and producing my own music, and it's going really well. I'm really lucky.
Well, who have you worked with?
I've just DJ'd with Fatboy Slim. I was with Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike a few months ago in Belgium. Who was the other one? I'm so bad with names.
Oh, no, me too.
Yeah, there's so many. Honestly, I keep seeing things on Facebook, and I was like, 2 years ago you were here, and I was like, really? I can't remember anything. Honestly, my head is just a dump of airports and hotels. And
well, the question is then, can we expect you to work in Toronto at some time?
Yeah, I mean, I played in the Hoxton probably a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, so yeah, it was awesome. I had a really good time here. I also played Atomic Lollipop, which was a festival, I think it was about 4 years ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was my first time in Toronto, and I've always had a great time here, and I will come back. I'm actually due to come back. I would say I'll be coming through this year again.
Awesome, great.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Me too.
Take us through some of the cast dynamics. Have you got any fun stories working with some of the cast on Game of Thrones? Ones that you can share.
It's an interesting. I mean, of anything else I've done since or before Game of Thrones, it's very different. It's a very different setup. It's huge. We have 4 or 5 full units producing, with 4 or 5 directors working at the same time. It's immensely complicated to film, and everyone is in separate parts of the world at different times. So there's actors who I've never worked with, actors who I've never met. You tend to get closer with the actors who you're in the same part of the world with. So obviously I'm very close to Isaac, still very close to Isaac. He still treats me like an older brother, which has upsides and downsides, believe me. I always was the cool one. His mum would be kind of feed me information, like, tell him this because he listens to you. But as he gets older and starts to make all the choices that I used to make, I can't do it anymore. It's like, behave yourself. Don't do this. So I'm not the cool parent anymore, unfortunately. I just shout at him all the time. And yeah, it's an immensely intense shoot. I think since season 1, it was so well received. There was a lot of pressure to keep up the momentum and the repetition. It's more like shooting a movie. Every episode is like a movie. So we all have a lot of pressure on us. And some funny things happen. People fall down hills and you fall over and you hit your heads on things. But really, at the end of the day, it's like, are you ready to start again? You know what I mean? It's like, okay. There's a lot of pressure there.
Well, take us through a day. What's a normal day then on Game of Thrones?
Normally you'll be up at 4 a.m.
Is there a 4 a.m.? Jeez,
Yeah, 4 a.m. It depends. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm usually still DJing at that time. It's into the makeup chair. I have to get all my tattoos covered. Well, not the arm ones. My facial tattoos, which they have down to the T now. That used to take an hour to cover, but now, well, not now. I'm dead. Well, then, no spoilers, guys. Then it took them 15 minutes by the end, and and then you basically sit around until you're. That's one of the most immense. Anyone else who acts in this room, it's like it's hurry, 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 and then wait, and then you can literally sit there all day, and they may not use you, and you've been there since 4 a.m. And it's just, I'm gonna just go home to bed, But that's just the name of the game. It's just intense hurrying and then waiting around.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really how it goes.
Oh, jeez.
Learn your lines, of course, which wasn't too difficult for me.
Yeah. So
I love it when people say to me, do you have a script? I'm like, yeah. I don't have Tourette's. I randomly say Hodor. Can you imagine? It'd be terrible.
So, are there any new acting roles on the horizon for you?
Yeah. There's a movie coming out very shortly, actually, called The Appearance. It's a witchcrafty sort of period horror. It'll be coming out very shortly, actually. And there's a number of other things coming up as well. There's a Robin Hood type movie, which but The Appearance is going to be good.
Did we turn off
We've all
that
got
camera?
we've all got groceries to buy, you know what I mean? I've got dogs to pay for.
So tell us about your dogs then. How many do you have? What do you have?
Really? I've got 3 dogs. I've got a Samoyed called Kane. I have a Maltese called Cora. And I have a Lhasa Apso called Ebony.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a right little family.
It is a little family, and believe me, they're a pain in the ass.
So at this point, I think we should turn the time over to our fans, and let's get some questions going. I think we've got one over there.
Hi.
Hello.
Just a quick question. Did you ever get a chance to sit on the Iron Film?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, I mean, I make it look like a child's potty. Seriously, I think I actually broke one of the handles off. And this is just my life, really.
Ultimately, would you like to see it on the Iron Film at the end of the show?
Oh, dear. I just don't think there's going to be any winning. I can't see there's going to be. I don't think it's going to be clear cut, like who wins the throne. But if in a fantasy universe, I'm totally going to pour this all over the table. I would like someone who probably doesn't want the throne. I think that's how it will work. And someone who'd be fair, and probably Brienne of Tarth. So I love Brienne of Tarth.
Great character.
Yeah, I love Gwen as well, and I think she would be an amazing king and queen.
I think we had a question right here.
So after your character died, there was a lot of memes that went
Yeah.
viral. So I was wondering, what did you think of it?
My mind was blown. I mean, when I read the script, I knew it was going to be a big moment, but I didn't really imagine I would see President Obama talking about it in an interview. Sorry, ex-president, unfortunately. I didn't ever think it would be that big, And when I come to all these conventions, and I meet celebrities, and they come up and just go, "Oh my God, that was the saddest moment of my life." And I'm like, I never expected that. I mean, I knew. I'm really glad because he was a great character, and he was a very nice guy, and I think he deserved that send off.
I think it was the most heart-rending moment on TV. Like, it was just brutal. It was brutal to see that sacrifice.
Was. I didn't think it was going to be so rough.
Right.
The first time I saw it, it actually made me very sad as well. It took my mother a year to watch it. She couldn't watch it for a year. It's really weird watching yourself die on screen, by the way. Not everyone here will experience that.
I think you had a question right here.
Hi. So prior to after you've taken the role, prior to starting, did you choose to read the books, or had you read the books beforehand, or did you choose not to read them at all and just base your character on the scripts and stuff?
I could say I chose not to read them, but I'm really lazy. And the real answer is I couldn't be bothered reading the books, but I will read the books after it's finished. Because I'm one of those people who I'll probably be quite angry when things have been changed. And I don't have the energy for that at the minute. So I'll wait until afterwards, until it's all done and I can't do anything about it. And I will enjoy the books at my leisure. My mother has read them probably 5 times each. And that was before I even did the first audition. Yeah.
I think we had one right here. Yep.
If Hodor had an opportunity to travel back in time,
Yeah.
who would you save from life?
Myself? No, that's probably not true. Who would I save? In real life?
No.
Oh, okay. That could have been more interesting. I mean, I think it would have been interesting to see what would happen if Ned Stark didn't die. That mightn't have been very interesting. But I think that was the whole caveat for all the shit that goes down. But it might be very boring. But it would be interesting to see, because he was such an amazing character, and it was sad to see him get cut quite short. So I'll say Ned Stark.
That's a good one. Right over there.
Spoiler. End of the last season, when the wall came down and all the White Walkers were coming through, I was like half hoping, expecting to see like a zombie Hodor walking in. Was there any talk of that? Or?
Really, only amongst fans. And if there was any talk for the next season, I sure as shit wouldn't be saying it now. Because they have assassins everywhere.
Over here.
The character of Bran has changed so much from season 1 to season 7. I was wondering if you could comment about how Isaac Hempstead Wright has changed from when you met him as a small boy to now he's with college age or whatever.
Well, I mean, if you were Bran and you've been through everything he has been through, I think we all would have changed quite a lot. You know, it's been quite a harrowing journey. Isaac has got heavier. That's the biggest change. Whether it's due to carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, I doubt. I think it's more burgers. But he's still remarkably skinny, which is really annoying. I think he carries it on. He has really long legs. So that's why we had a stunt Bran for a while, whose name was Samantha. And she, for proportional shots from a distance, we used to use her because she had short legs. His legs were literally trailing on the ground at one stage. But personally, though, Isaac is he's my little buddy. He still is my little buddy. He does feel like a little brother. Like I say, I shout at him all the time, and yeah, I still talk to him like probably once a week. So. He's a great kid. He's super intelligent. I can't say anything bad about him. Honestly, I really can't. I'm really proud of him. He's a really talented musician. Although he has a weird fixation with Pete Doherty, which I don't get. But he's really into classical piano and stuff. He's super talented. He's one of those annoying kids that doesn't have to study for exams and he gets like A+. You know, it's really annoying. But
Such a bad example.
yeah. I have no time to study for exams, and he A stars everything. So,
Jeez.
yeah, I was not that kid.
I think we had one right here.
Hi there again.
Hello.
If you had the consider the fact that Hodor was relatively isolated from everybody else.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see Hodor go, and what opportunities would you like to work with other actors?
Somewhere warm. I mean, let's see, what would be... I really liked our storyline. I like the sort of enigmatic, sort of magic-y side to things, which I really like that, the sort of dark, gothy. It's sort of like my life and every day, really. But I like Melisandre's storyline as well. I think that's really interesting. It would have been fun to make it to King's Landing. But no, I really liked our storyline. I'm happy to stay where we were. But the thing was, we never were actually in real snow. Everything you saw was false. That was all like We have massive jets with tiny bits of paper mache. I don't know, just they snowed up the whole area. It's incredible. And the incredible thing as well is this is a phenomena, which you might not know. There's like a snow line, and it's like in the middle of August, and you'll see people in snow gear, like parts of the crew, and they're dressed for cold weather. And on the other side, there's people in shorts and t-shirts, so it's completely psychosomatic.
Thanks so much. Can I get one more question?
Yeah.
I actually have a group that's about 20,000 strong on Facebook.
Wow.
Can I get a quick shout out to them, possibly?
Sure. Hi, group with 20,000 people.
Take care.
You're welcome.
I think we had one right here.
We could use that now.
Who are your top 3 favorite musicians?
Musicians, okay. That's a big question. Bjork, Kate Bush, and maybe Glenn Danzig.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really hard. It depends what mood I'm in.
It's easier to say than who's your favorite.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'll see. Do you know what? No, it is easy. I can say Kate Bush. Kate Bush, definitely.
Data.
Hi, Mr. Nairn. Really enjoyed
Hi.
seeing you at the Rave of Thrones when you played Toronto.
Thank you.
I was just wondering how you got started in the DJ business.
Right. That's another interesting question. Basically, was working. My first real sort of entertainment industry job was actually a drag performer. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people do know it. And I studied DJing when I was at music college. Basically, I was working in a club in Belfast, and a DJ rang in sick. I covered them, and they liked what they heard, and I basically have DJed every every night since, and that's 20 years ago. So, yeah, I never planned to be. Yeah.
Right over there.
The dead one. I mean, he's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Warcraft fan. He reminds me of Sindragosa. Anyone play Warcraft?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know, actually, it saddens me because I remember when I first started to do conventions, like half the room would go, yeah! And then it's like, oh, there's only like 2 of us.
Right over here. Hi.
Your scene like changed my life. I was like bawling my eyes out, like I'm sure a lot of people were.
I'm sorry.
I actually, no, it was awesome. Gosh, if you could be one other character on the show, I know you talked about storylines, but if you could be someone else, who would you have liked to be?
Well, there's maybe 2. I would have liked to probably play Bran just to give him a taste of his own medicine. But storyline-wise, I really like Arya. I mean, I'm not sure how my version of Arya would be. I can't imagine me being a stealthy ninja. But I think she's a great character, and I would love to have played, or something like that.
One more question.
Yeah.
Too. Now I can't remember.
It'll come to you. Right here.
Were there any props that you stole from the set, or were there any that you really wanted to?
Oh yeah, I mean, everything's counted though. Everything is literally made by master craftsmen. There's nothing in that set that is like made from foam or rubber. It's all made by armor makers and leather tanner thingies. I don't know what the real name is, but I did steal a piece of the door though, which literally it came off in my hand. I shoved it inside my smock. So I have that at home somewhere.
Right here.
Hi.
So there's a lot of characters in the show that people just hate. So I was wondering who is the character that you hate the most?
Oh. I don't know. I'm a very honest person, and I can't. I have to say it, and it's really unpopular. Jon Snow.
Oh.
I've said it before. Do you know what? It's got me in so much shit before. I said something along the lines of, "I just hope he stays dead," you know. And the Daily Mail in England put it in their sidebar of shame. They put it in, Kristian Nairn hates Kit Harington. I was like, I really like Kit. Kit's a great guy. Just don't like Jon Snow very much. That's all. I'm allowed not to like Jon Snow. I fully defend my rights of whatever constitutional it is to hate Jon Snow.
I think we need to know why you don't like Jon Snow.
Dishwater. Yeah. He's just meh. You know, he's just a bit emo for me.
Yeah.
I was more of a Robb Stark fan.
Yeah.
You know, I think he had a bit more backbone. I told you it wasn't going to be popular. You know, Jon Snow is the One Direction of Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, she's she's a female version. Yeah, put them together, Harry Styles and who cares? You know? Is it Miley Cyrus now or something? I don't know. Whatever. She's the Miley Cyrus of
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
I think we had a question here.
How did you find out it was the end of Hodor?
I actually found out from Finn Jones, who played the Knight of Flowers. We're friends, and I rang him. I knew he had the script before I did, because you get them in whatever episode you appear in first. And I appeared in episode 2. He appeared in episode 1. And I said, "Did I make it?" Jokingly, because we all do this. We all sort of have bets on when we're going to die, and there was just a silence. And I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, and I just said, "Is it good?" And I said, "All I want to know is it good?" He said, "Yes, it's good. It's good. Just wait until you read it. You're going to love it."
Did you cry when you read it?
If I had human emotions, I probably would have. No, I cried when I watched it, actually, because I didn't see myself dying. I saw Hodor dying, which is weird, because I sort of have them separated in my head. Mm-hmm. That might be some sort of mental illness. I'm not sure, but I'm willing to work with it. It seems to work for me.
Right over here.
That's a good question. I don't think that everyday Hodor would, because I don't think he would want to fight. However, if he had like an enraged, bloodlusted zombie Hodor, I think he'd probably rip his head off.
I think we had another question right here.
Just wondering, what was it like to work with the CGI wolves? Because they're not really there.
Yeah, it's really strange. Basically, they're tennis balls on sticks, or a producer inside like a green amoeba outfit, and they're sort of, I can hear them laughing, and you're going like, "I'm trying to be serious here, guys." And you see like a strange blob running around the field behind you, and it's like, "Oh, there's Summer." It's very strange, but you get used to it. It's the same with castles and stuff. You're told there's a castle on the hill, and there's some like production runner with like a tennis ball and a stick, and it's very weird. Then you see it, and it comes together. It looks incredible. Yeah.
Right over here.
Oh, really? I'm sure he's delightful. Or is he delightful? Okay, that's good.
Over here.
It seemed like Game of Thrones has kind of invigorated tourism for Northern
Yes.
Ireland and encouraged filming. What's your observation about the whole film scene in Northern Ireland and tourism?
That's a great question, actually. I'm born and bred in Northern Ireland, and I've always been immensely proud of how beautiful the country is. And literally, Belfast it's about 300,000 people. It's a medium-sized UK city, but you can be in like a field with cows inside like 10 minutes from the city centre, which is amazing, and that's why people like to film there. There's all sorts of scenery around the city centre. And it really has. There's all sorts of tours, and some are great, and some of them are terrible. But yeah, you can do the whole of Northern Ireland inside probably 2 days, distance-wise, but there's a lot to see. And yeah, it's really booming. A lot of people are coming there just for that. A lot of Americans, a lot of people from here in Canada as well, a lot of Europeans. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. It's nice to see everywhere so busy. It's hard to get a hotel room sometimes in Belfast now. So yeah, it's good.
Right here.
Especially with the reputation Belfast used to have, you know. And it's a super safe city now. So yeah, sorry.
I'm just curious, since you said the Hot Fuzz thing, which person did you audition for, and did you meet the actor who played the Hound
he got the part that I was going for. Yeah, yeah.
Can you try your yarn?
No. If I couldn't do it properly on the day, I'm not going to do it. I got told nothing about that character. You know, obviously, you would think because I played Hodor, but remember, that's all in the past. It's the wrong way around. Okay. I could do it now, probably, if I did. But, yeah, I was just like, what is this? What do you want me to do? I never saw the script before the audition, and it was just this guy who said "yarp," and I was like, "Really? Okay." But yeah, I would like to try it again, but I'm not doing it now. Right?
Right here.
Where do you think that the White Walkers got the chain to take the dragon out?
They had it in their pockets. I don't know, man. That was a mystery. I don't know. Home Depot. Yeah, it just kind of appeared from nowhere, didn't it? A dragon-sized chain with a collar.
Well, they got to have a Home Depot beyond the wall. Yeah.
Anybody?
Yep, right over there.
So being stuck saying the one word over and over, I know with like Vin Diesel and Iron Root, he had direction on what his actors would say. Did you have that type of it?
Yeah, same thing.
Was there anything funny that he ever had to say, or anything that you thought, oh, I wouldn't expect that?
I mean, I can't remember exact examples, but some of them were quite funny. They would put it into sort of context of how you'd be feeling in a certain moment. Like, I can't think of an example that was real, but they would say, like, imagine how you would feel on like your first night at the prom or something like that. You know what I mean? They would put it in some sort of real work context. But then after I think season 2 or 3, they stopped doing that because I sort of had figured it out for myself, you know, and they sort of went with my vision of it. So, but some directors were very, very precise. And I remember Michelle McLaren, who she was a producer on Breaking Bad as well, and she directed a few episodes in season 4, I believe. And she asked me to say Hodor, what was it, slightly less happily and a little more joyfully. And I was like, Michelle, I'm not sure I can do that. Right, it's the same. But yeah, I just did it exactly the same, and she's like, that's it. Which is a DJ tip as well, by the way, if you have any budding DJs. If you're ever in a club and someone says turn the music down, just put your hand on your headphone and put your hand on the volume switch and go. And they're like, yeah. And you haven't actually fucking touched it. You know.
What was your drag name?
Really? Yeah, really? There's no photographs anywhere because I did a whole. It's Revlon with 2 V's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's going to come back someday, I would imagine. I just have to, but I'm not sure what to do with the beard.
Just leave it.
No, I can't do that. I'm not one of those ones. I need to get rid of the beard for it. I have to. It will be the scariest thing you ever see. Yeah, it really is terrifying.
Right here.
I remember close to the first season, there were a lot of fake scripts going around.
Yeah.
Pranks showing that someone was going to die. Were you ever involved in any on set of pranks?
Well, there was a prank which we didn't actually have to take part in it, but I know Alfie Allen was told that he was going to be killed by Bran on my back. He was going to get knifed. And he believed this. He believed it for like he was so upset about it. I remember, and then David and Dan had to set him down and go, actually, it's a joke. It's a joke. So, yeah, that's as far as that went. But they've definitely played quite a lot of pranks on people.
Right over here.
Can we actually get a few Hodors?
What?
Like, can we get a quick impression maybe of?
An impression of Hodor? Really? Seriously? Like,
I don't think
I
you
have to
can do
work
that.
with? Have you got your credit card? Hodor.
That's so real.
And that meant, in case you can't translate it, it means that's all you're effing getting.
Right over here on the side.
Dear me. Okay, that's a good question. This is Sylvanas from Warcraft. who I love dearly. This is it's a tattoo from Watership Down, which is a extremely upsetting movie about rabbits.
That's a tearjerker.
Yeah. This is another rabbit, because I have a weird fixation of rabbits, it seems. That's another rabbit. That is from a story from my family to do with banshees. I didn't actually realise that she was a banshee queen, and I had a banshee on this arm. I didn't realise I had a banshee on both arms until I got them both done. Banshees and rabbits, guys, it's the way forward. This is, that was the thing we wore. My best friend and I, Jake, were in that appearance horror movie together. This was the thing we wore around our necks as like a brotherhood. That says his name and brother forever. That nuclear sign was my first tattoo, and that was like a story I used to tell people. People are always like, "How'd you get so tall?" And I used to just say I lived too close to the power plant. And that was why I got the nuclear sign. I forgot about this. That's Thor, in the style of Hellboy art. I've got dead on the back of my neck because I was drunk. What else? I've got stars on my face. Yeah, that's probably they don't mean anything. I just like them.
I think we've
I
got.
was also drunk.
Do you have a tramp stamp as well?
I have no tramp stamp. I ain't no tramp.
And I think we've got time for a couple more questions.
Tramp stamp. Dare you?
I was wondering what character you played in World of Warcraft, like your main class.
My main class is a goblin shaman. Or a blood elf hunter. Because they're fabulous.
And
always horde.
And there's our last question right there.
Hello.
I was just wondering, what was your favorite place to shoot in, and where would you want to go back if you could?
Well, all my locations were in Northern Ireland, which is my home. Yeah, but my home country. I'm getting there. Hold on to your horses, Jesus. There was a place. It's called Cairn Castle, and it's right on the coast. And you're basically right up the top of the mountain. It's near where actually Ned Stark cut the guy's head off in the first episode. But you go further up the hill, and you can see, oh my God, you can see for miles right across the sea and right across the mountain ranges. And you can see the weather coming in, all the sort of clouds are circling around the top of the mountain. It's incredibly beautiful. So it's also incredibly cold. So that's where I would like to go back to, probably.
Thank you. I'll go there next time I'm visiting my
Yeah, you should. It's really beautiful. Bring your hiking boots.
Well, Kristian, thank you for spending your time with
you're
us
welcome,
this
guys.
afternoon. I think we've all immensely enjoyed ourselves. Let's give it up, please, for Kristian Nairn.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for watching the Convention Junkies coverage of the 2018 Toronto ComiCon. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more. If you would like to help us with future projects, please visit our Patreon page.